welcome to the Success Network, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are today. We have a very special guest, Ms. Jennifer Nicole Lee, who is a fitness expert. She is a life coach. She's a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur. She's an influencer. And she's empowering women all over the world to be able to take their lives to the very next level. And so we're excited to have her here. You guys are in for a very special treat. So, Ms. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Karl, the pleasure is mine. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm really excited to empower your audience.
Absolutely.
And to spend quality time with such an amazing leader. Thank you for what you do in our industry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So really quick, we kind of want to introduce our audience as to who you are, what you do, a little bit about your story. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is you're currently working on.
Absolutely. Well, I am a master trainer and a super coach. I'm the proud author of 15 books.
Wow.
I've written many digital programs, e-programs, and then I have also created the JNL Fusion workout method. Karl, my biggest accomplishments are really motivating women, but I am a complete transformational success story. I am proud to be a successful businesswoman, but I really had very humble beginnings. I was raised on food stamps, first generation Italian, and it was just very difficult growing up. And I always remembered that there was something important that I had to do growing up. So I just started my transformation after the birth of my children. Long story short, here I am motivating the masses, and I'm very grateful for this platform to continue to motivate.
Absolutely. And I've seen that you've done some amazing things. You've been on Fox and Friends.
Yes.
I see you've actually had Oprah, the Oprah Winfrey, you've been associated with. Was that the show? Or
yes,
amazing.
Show.
Wow.
I've been blessed to have a lot of key media appearances.
Yeah.
The Oprah Winfrey Show, Fox and Friends, the Donnie Deutsch Show with The Big Idea, remember that? A lot. And the really great thing is that the story motivated so many because it was that ultimate Cinderella story. Here's this girl with nothing, and we all found ourselves there at those crossroads where I can either kick butt in life or crumble. I can have a breakthrough or break down. I can be better in life or bitter because nothing was going right in my life, and I had to personally take 1000% responsibility of my own success. And I think that is a huge success trait with motivated, successful individuals like yourself and a lot of our listeners here in our audience.
Definitely. I love it. So what were some of the things that you were trying to accomplish early on within your career that led to these obstacles and challenges? Because we know success is not easy.
Right.
And that's the reason why most people are not going to be successful at what they do. Right?
Right.
But what were you working on? What was your aspiration from the beginning?
My aspiration from the beginning, Karl, was to finally get tired of being sick and tired, which I hit that rock bottom so many times. And I knew that this was the time I was going to crack my success code, not only with weight loss and fitness, but in all areas of my life. I didn't want to be that frazzled mother, always late and always depressed and chronic fatigue. I wanted to be that super energetic superwoman that had tons of energy. So I started studying the masters, like Tony Robbins, one of the best out there. Listened to a lot of his DVDs back in the day. I've been doing this to close to 2 decades. I can't believe it. About 17 years in the wellness and personal and professional industry. But I think we've all been there where it's that catalyst, where the pain became the catalyst to force us to make those lifelong decisions. You said it's not hard being successful, but really pick your hard. It's hard being overweight, not having direction, being lost, being always tired, being always confused. That hard, I've been there, over 200 pounds. I didn't want that hard. Give me the hard of working out, being on time, being punctual, being respectful, knowing what I want, setting goals. I love that type of hard because hard work always pays off. I said this in my last coaching where, does success come before hard work? Never. Hard work first, then you could always create success from that. So that's what really motivated me. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I love it. And so you basically decided to work first on yourself, right?
Yes.
How are you going to improve? Now, you mentioned a lot of the challenges that a lot of people go through when it comes to becoming successful in their career and their business endeavors and their projects, right? Because a lot of times it is hard to juggle being a parent, right? Whether it's your mother or father, having to deal with raising your family, being a good spouse.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that you did to be able to create greater balance in your life? Because
great question.
Yeah.
I learned that one thing that the highly most successful people had, and a top characteristic is time management, and that they actually multiplied time. They created more time by saying no to the things that had nothing to do with their goals.
Yes.
So you've got to go back. What are your goals? What do you want to do? How do you want to live every day? Because if you master the day, you master the weeks, you master the weeks, you master the month, and then the year, and then your life. It starts with those daily habits. So time management, say no to things that don't matter to you. And then also automate what you can, even if it's just bill paying, even if it's just things that you every day have to do. Then delegate, and then also prioritize. Always ask yourself this question: what do I need to do today so I can go to bed tonight and not be stressed? I used to be reverse, where I would do the small little tasks just to kind of get them out of the way. Before you know it, hours have gone by. So I reversed that. Time management. Go to bed early, wake up early, have your power hour, take a cat nap. These little time management success tips will help you streamline your success so you can have the best life, and you're in control of the day. It's not in control of you.
Yes, awesome. Would you say that that's one of the biggest issues with the clients and the women that you work with? I mean, you probably work with women and men.
Yes.
For sure. But so would you say that that's one of the biggest issues, or what would you consider one of the
I like it. That is a big issue. And yes, I do a lot of coaching more with women, but I've coached men in the past too. Absolutely. However, the most important thing, I think the number one self-sabotaging behavior that women do is that they want to take it all on. And yes, I love to multitask, but at the same time, you cannot do it all. You have to really prioritize, and you have to have strong emotional muscles. Women, we're the nurturers, we're the lovers, we're the caretakers, we're the givers, but we also have to remember that in order to be a leader, you have to be a leader in your life. So you have to really focus on what is important, and don't get emotionally caught up in things that have nothing to do with your well-being, and just keep your eye on the prize and keep your bullseye. Focus on what is essential to getting done, and don't try to do it all. And also the guilt of, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. You know what? Don't feel guilty. Focus on what you can do and leave the rest for the next day, and just keep about, again, and execute.
Nice. I love it.
Thank you.
So I was looking a little bit into your story, and I've heard you speak at other events, and I've heard you talk about how you lost all this massive amount of weight when you decided that you were going to work on yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
Absolutely. Well, I, sadly enough, suffered a miscarriage, and I was already overweight. I think it was about 180 pounds. And then I got pregnant with Jaden 3 months later. And then after Jaden was a year old, I got pregnant with Dylan. So for a period of like 5 years, I was in this fog of being either pregnant, breastfeeding, or fat, or somewhere in between. And I remember there, Karl, I was sitting on the couch, like a lot of people, you kind of find yourself in that slump. And I had my toddler son here, my baby here, and I was just like food and donuts and pizza on the countertop, and I was just watching the TV, and I was like, oh my God, is this my life? I'm falling into the trap of what my mom fell into, and her mom, and it's a whole string of lineage, and I had to break the cycle. So I am proud to say that I'm a first generation fitness enthusiast. And right in that moment, I had that aha moment. And then I took my before photo, and when I saw the photo, which was a Polaroid, because back in the day we had those Polaroids.
Yeah, that's right. You take those pictures.
There was no cell phone. So I looked at the Polaroid, and as it came to picture of what I didn't want to see, I was absolutely shocked. I knew I wasn't in shape, but when I saw it, it scared the you-know-what out of me. And I was like, right now, I don't care what it takes. I'm going to finally lose the weight. Not about me. My why was very strong. It wasn't to look good in a bikini. It was not to win a bikini competition, or to land 92 magazine covers, or to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show. At that time, it was just, I need to get my act together to be the best mom I can be to these little spirits, these little souls that need someone to lean on. And I cannot be waking up at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, eating breadsticks in the bed at night, and just kind of accidentally going through life. So I got on a strict program. I started learning from the masters. I immersed myself. I became my own fitness expert. And slowly but surely, from working out, discipline. From discipline, you get freedom. And listen to this, really good. When you live a disciplined life, you create freedom. And I became free. I unzipped my fat suit, which was the stress, the pain, the chronic fatigue, being afraid, living in fear and not faith. So I moved forward in faith, and I made sure that I stuck to my program, and I was persistent.
Wow. And so how much weight did you lose during that process? And Like, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I lost close to 80 pounds.
80 pounds.
Yes,
Amazing.
and it didn't happen overnight, but I also gained because I had to change my mindset. I would try to lose weight in the past. But when you lose something, what happens? You go trying to look for it, right? So this time I said, I'm not going to try to lose weight. I've done that before. I want to gain. I want to gain muscle. I want to gain stamina. I want to gain a new identity as not a mother just trying to bounce back after baby, but I want to gain a new identity as an athlete. And someone really was like, wow, you have changed, because no matter what, you want to do anything you can in your psyche to match what you see yourself as. So I started playing those fun little mind hacks on me. I'm an athlete. I'm going to train like one, eat like one, act like one, have confidence like one. And slowly but surely that transformed me. That was a big pinnacle for me when I shifted that mind shift.
That's crazy. And it's more than a mind shift. It was literally a shift of your identity.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How you saw yourself.
Yes.
Because it's crazy. It's like your universe will basically come to live out however you feel about yourself, however you see yourself as. You know?
Absolutely. And I want to add to your point. Serena Williams said, you got to believe in yourself even when no one else does. And look at her. She's won so many awards. And that goes to show you that the masters in every vertical, in every industry, these are universal truths that you can start using today, and it doesn't cost anything. You got to really believe in yourself. So Serena Williams said that. You got to believe in yourself. I believed in myself, Karl, when no one else did. Everyone was like, oh, here she goes again trying to lose weight. She couldn't do it before. Now how is she going to do that with two babies under the age of 3? Why are you on another diet again? Because I yo-yoed a lot, and I would gain it and lose it, gain it. So you got to believe in yourself, and don't try to be perfect, but focus better on being persistent.
Got it. Persistent with all the right things.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about, because we meet people all the time that feel like, okay, I have all these dreams. I have goals, that there are things that I want to accomplish in my life, but I just feel like I can't juggle me wanting to be successful at whatever it is I want to pursue, and then having to be a parent and having to be like, how is it? I know you said automation, but like, what is the key to being able to juggle work and family? You know, that's a hard balance that a lot of people haven't learned to master.
I like that. This is a great question, and I want to answer it. You got to look at your want factor. If your want factor is like 3, well, maybe it's not going to mesh. You're not going to be able to blend in your family home life with your personal and professional developmental goals. You got to bring that want factor up here. Maybe you need to have a round table with your family. Say, look, I'm going to be starting some new goals. I really need your support. It's going to be a little bit of a different energy here. I'm going to be really on my time management. I've got goals. And kind of be the leader of that movement and get everyone on board and get excited about the new you. Because at the end of the day, when you're happier and you're doing more, they're all going to be happier, and you're going to be more effective and efficient. And to blend that together, don't try to do it alone. And you know what the great thing is that when I see women transform their household into a well-run organization where everyone knows what they're doing, there's, you know what I mean? It's 100%. Like when you're leading your pack, you know, and that's what I like to see. So you can take your success in your personal, professional, and put it even into your family. And I love to say this because we're all busy. You know, we all have a sick family member. We all have more bills than the money that's coming in fast enough. We all have problems. But if you just focus, the power of focus is so potent. If you focus on what you really want to achieve, it will somehow all work out. And I've learned that.
Yes, 100%. It's kind of like, I forgot who said it. I think it was Tony Robbins.
Yes.
He said, you know, problems are here to stay. You've always had issues, right? And you take a look at where you are in your life right now, you're still here. You're still alive.
Hello.
Which means that all the issues that you felt were like the end of the world, you've somehow mustered the strength to get through those times. So it's like you can develop faith that as you basically come through new challenges, new setbacks, and all that, you're going to find a way to make it because you've been doing it your whole life.
You will. I love it. I love that what you said. And going back real quick, it goes back to time management. Say no to the things that do not matter. That's going to open up a lot of time to spend more time with your family members. Like I said, discipline equals freedom. If you're disciplined on getting all your tasks done, you're going to have more family time. You're going to be less stressed. It actually works better that way because I've lived my life before the other way and I'm not going back. I have so much more free time. People say, you do so much. At the end of the day, I've done so much, but I also have more free time. It's a juxtaposition. It really is cool.
Well, so what I really am taking from what you're saying is literally the getting together with your family. you have your board of directors and you're explaining,
Yes.
hey, listen, right?
Yes.
I'm the chairman of this meeting.
Yes.
This is what I'm trying to accomplish, and I need everyone to be on the same page.
Absolutely.
Okay? If I don't have time to be there for every little situation that happens,
Yes.
understand it's not because I don't love you.
Yes.
It's because we got some priorities in place that are going to affect the whole family.
Oh, you're raising leaders when you do that, not
Yeah.
codependent kids. And this is not to, toot my own horn, but I'm very grateful. My son Jaden just got accepted to Carnegie Mellon Institute for Math and Science. There are only 80 kids that was accepted. That's like an MIT. And my other son, he's just pushing himself in his academics. And that goes to show you, Karl, that what you do as a parent at home or anyone around you, they're absorbing that energy. They see how you run your life.
Yeah.
They see how you departmentalize your tasks to do and how you really set yourself up for success.
Yes.
Okay, you're either setting yourself up for failure or success. The choice is yours. Your children are watching. Be that leader. Sometimes you got to take on that tough role. They'll respect you more and they'll learn their own leadership skills that they will use along in their life. And life is so much more fun when you approach it that way.
I think that's so incredible that your kids are actually going to follow by your example as they see you focus on chasing what you're passionate about, right? And still managing to be the mother, to be the spouse, right?
Getting chills. And I never had to say, make sure you're doing your homework.
Yeah.
Make sure you're getting this done. Make sure you're doing that chore. Because they were actually watching my own actions and they're like, oh, I'm motivated. Let me get all what I need to get done too. And then they had free time at the end of the night to play their video games and their other stuff. So they had a great social life too. So it's all about balance. But exactly, people learn by not what you say, but why you do, whether it's your kids or anybody in your organization, in your company. And that's what really, really is a huge success clue.
I love it. I
love it too. I get all on this stuff. I love it all.
Amazing.
Yes.
So can you tell me, I want to talk about some of your career success, because like we said, I want to circle back to that. You've been doing some amazing things, right? You've had some great exposure. Your reach right now is amazing. I mean, just short of what, like it's like 100,000, just short of 100,000 followers on social media. And you're literally reaching the amount of people that other people are dreaming of.
Yes.
So what are some of your secrets to becoming a successful influencer, right? Because there are many people, they want to do the same thing. They have a story in their heart. They want to share it and they want to empower people, but they're not successful. Okay, so tell me, in your opinion, why some people are not successful as they try, and what are some of the secrets to your success?
I love it. Well, those are great questions, and I got a lot of answers, but it's going to probably come down to a handful. You got to be persistent. You got to be consistent. You can't just make one video or one post and think people are going to get your message. So make sure that you are going to over-deliver. Also have a sustainable personality. What does that mean? Remember, everyone's watching your actions, everything is being recorded or heard, and everyone kind of really picks up on your energy. So having a sustainable behavior, what does that mean? Making sure that you're honest with people, you're fair, you charge fair prices, and that you are someone that is credible and that is trustworthy in the industry. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people that spike up and then they disappear the next day. So make sure that what you're doing and putting out into the industry is sustainable and that people really connect with you. Go above and beyond. Don't be another me too. What is your special niche? I was talking to you earlier before we started filming, is that I don't want to say riches, it's not really about money, but the real success turnaround are in the niches. What is your special marketing and sales tactic that makes your story special? And remember that it is a numbers game. You got to be always ready, willing, and able to get out in the industry, meet someone. I also want to say that you got to push yourself, because no one in this industry will. I don't have anyone behind me saying, oh, you got to get dressed, you got to do your hair, makeup, you got to be ready, you got to be media ready, you got to have, all together, and then you have to do another one. You have to do it yourself. You have to have the internal desire to push yourself. I love being in that grind mode, because that's when I feel most alive, when I'm connecting with people and I'm empowering them. And it is an energy, and it is something that is so special. Once you get into that current, it's hard to unplug out of it. So keep pushing, what's his name? Damon Johns from FUBU.
Yeah, from Shark Tank and FUBU.
Yes, I really listen to him a lot, and he's very humble and he's hardworking. And he said that he just never stopped. He found a way. So you've got to really have the resilience and have a thick skin in the industry, because it's not going to be all unicorn and fairy tales, and everyone's going to be nice. So be a little thick skin and don't take things personally. Let's get real here.
This is true. I say it all the time,
it really can be a cutthroat industry, as well as and the corporate world and the real estate, all industries. So you got to have your passion. In closing, to answer your question, don't really work for profit, work for your passion. And that's what's going to keep you alive and kicking in this industry.
I love it. Very awesome. Very cool.
Thank you.
Oh man, I just had the blank. What was my next question?
This is a really good interview.
Do you? Yeah, you think it's awesome?
I love it.
Great. I love it. Okay, cool. So, what are some of the things that you've helped your clients really create like breakthroughs with?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone has their own issues, but I know that people that work with you personally, there's going to be, what is it that they get out of working with you? You know, having you as a coach.
Yes, great question. I'm going to answer that. 3, 2, 1. There's many things that I love to instill in my VIP membership, in my coaching program, and my consulting firm, is that I really take you as a case-to-case basis, where it's not one shoe fits all, not one workout fits all. So I really give my clients that VIP white glove treatment. We do live in an automated world where a lot of it's just like the apps or the replays, or it's just read this book and get back to me in a month, or it's just you don't even know who's running the corporation half the time. So I like to be very hands-on, have my clients have direct access to me. I'm coming in with close to 20 years of experience in the fitness and wellness and fat loss and entertainment industry. So I like to wear many hats. I think what I love to see women do is have that success breakthrough in themselves, and then become not codependent on me, but become their own leader in their life. So they can juggle it all with grace and sophistication. They can have the professional job. They can have time for their loved ones and family members. They can work on themselves for their fitness, and really teach a woman how to have it all, because we can have it all.
Yes.
We can. It's not about living in guilt and saying I can have this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. No, you can't have it all. And to have a full plate and have your cup runneth over, but be able to, I don't want to use the word juggle it all, but to manage it all with grace and sophistication and enjoy your life.
Yes, 100%. Find a way to just harmonize it. There's a huge difference between people that feel that they can't have that work-life balance and understanding that it's a mindset of a work-life blending. You just
I love it.
Harmonize everything.
Very well. Great point, Karl. Absolutely.
Good.
Yes,
awesome. I love it. And so, looking into your background, I've seen that you're actually licensed with Tony Robbins to do life coaching.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes.
Like, how did that work out? Why did you decide to get into that?
He was the one that actually helped me with my own transformation back in 2003.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and he really is the godfather of self-help.
Absolutely.
We've been doing this for a long time. And as I've seen social media come on to the forefront, from MySpace, remember that, to Facebook, to Instagram. Now there's a lot of, motivational speakers, but back in the day, at the forefront was always Tony Robbins. I mean, there was an infomercial running on TV all the time. I got the tapes and I was listening to the DVDs, and I was like, you know what? He is the one that really is someone that resonates with me. So, he offers great certifications online, in person. I know he does business coaching, but what I've learned was I have to be my own personal best to then coach my clients worldwide. And you've got to learn from the best. And he was the one that really helped me transform my life. And what he talks about are universal principles that everyone can use, no matter your age, your size, your shape, your skin color, where you live in the world. And so having that knowledge that I'm able to then empower my clients with really transformed my life. And he also talked about finances, and I know you have a financial background, which is great too. And I also want to talk about that, if you don't mind, because I've seen a lot of broke bodybuilders. I've seen a lot of broke fitness experts. But I wanted to blend and harmonize how to master your body, mind, and spirit, and then also take that into your professional success, so you do have more financial freedom and you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Because I've been there and I've seen my parents struggle that way. And I think the number one self-sabotaging thing with that is that people are spending money they don't have, they don't know how to budget it. And it's just the same thing with our fitness. So if you're mastering your fitness, you can then take that to your finances. Then you can take that into all areas of your life, your relationships, your family, your goals, traveling, whatever you want to do in your life, you can have it all.
It's so funny that you actually mentioned that, because when I, for me, I'm always studying the greats, right? And I started with Tony Robbins for me also, right? I cut my teeth on all of this stuff.
Yes.
But when I basically study other people, what's funny is that a lot of them, for many of them, they started developing their courage and self-confidence to build up their self-esteem through fitness.
Yes.
It's like they start to see changes in their body and in their energy.
Yes.
And somehow they just bring it to their careers. It was like when, what was his name? Famous actor, comedian.
Oh, yes.
Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey. There we go.
Yes.
So what's funny, right? I was listening to an interview that was being done, and Jim Carrey was like in a slump. He was all depressed and all of that stuff when he was about to make the movie, and he was overweight. And they said his mind wasn't right. They were trying to record the movie. They said, "This is terrible. It is just terrible." They stopped production, and they literally had him get a personal trainer. And he didn't want to work out with the trainer. He didn't want to work out with the trainer.
Wow.
So they brought someone else in, and they said, "We're going to start with the mind." And literally, they pulled him out of his house. They trained him up for 3 months. He lost all of this weight, and he just came back a totally different person.
It does. It transforms you.
Yeah.
And I love that. You said a very good point using Jim Carrey's story, that fitness is a transformational tool. You kind of take, I know you can agree with this, Karl, that before a workout, you're feeling okay, but after workout, you're feeling like invincible, like a superhero.
Sure.
You're feeling great. And when people say, "Oh, I don't have time to work out," I'm going to give you a challenge out there. When anyone says that, that's a lie, because you actually have more time when you work out. I don't know about you, but don't you feel like you're more effective and efficient after workout?
Yes.
And you're like, mind is razor sharp.
Yeah.
You're like a heat-seeking missile. You get your sheesh done.
Yeah. You gotta knock down walls after, right? But you get that shit done.
You do, and you have more time, and you feel great, and you're actually enjoying doing all of your goals and tasks and answering emails, connecting with people, and you are empowered. So it's an empowerment tool that I think people need to tap into more. Absolutely. And a lot of great successful CEOs saying, the first thing I do is work out.
Yeah.
It's the cornerstone of my life. It's the foundation. It's that cement slab that I build everything else on. So it's very important.
For sure. I feel like that, and like a little time for like self-meditation and, visualization, we were talking about that earlier, is a cornerstone. I can't have my day start without doing those two things. It's so important. I got to sweat. I got to get my mind right.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm ready for
everything.
You
get primed and pumped up, and you're
yeah.
ready to kick butt. It's like a bull seeing red. You're like ready to attack the day.
Yes. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about, as we wrap up, because I know we got to go here, but tell me about what drives you, okay? So you talked a little bit about your story, your upbringing, okay? You talked about how your parents had to go through their own struggle, your family had. Is that what drives you and pushed you to become such a success story? Like, where did that come from?
I love that question, and I could talk a whole hour on that. But to sum it up, exactly, I think once you experience the darkness and you get a little bit of a taste of the light, you will do anything to start really living in the light and then shining that light onto others. Because I see a lot of people living in self-inflicted misery, self-inflicted sadness, and they're just bringing it on themselves. And I was there. I'm not preaching from a pulpit here. I'm not holier than thou. I just learned some great success hacks and tips and techniques and technologies that I utilize in my life that has transformed my life from top to bottom. And I feel like a lot of people lean into food or abuse other things trying to find their happiness, and it's a lonely place, and it's a downward spiral. Everyone talks about the downward spiral, and I was like, well, where's this upward spiral? I want to get on that upward spiral. So I've been on the upward spiral through fitness, working out, exercising, and helping other people. Now there's a law of karma, Karl. What you give away comes back to you. So that's what really motivates me. That's my passion. That's my purpose. When you're living a purposeful life in your passion, and you're not really hustling, I like that word because it means you're up and doing something, but it also means like a quick grab and go success. I want to work on a legacy. Everyone out there, work on your legacy. What is your legacy? When you leave, what is that little dash in between when you entered this world and when you exit it? What is that little dash going to mean? I want you to live a legacy. I want people to say, when you are gone into the other next realm of your journey, that say, you know, this person worked super hard for me. This person believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. This person was an angel. Because I believe in angels. Karl, you're an angel to many. Everyone out there can agree that Karl does so much for so many other people. And when you put it out there, it reciprocates back to you tenfold. It's a law of karma. And to wrap it up, you know, when you are really excited about waking up and helping other people, you don't even feel like it's a job. And that's what drives me.
Yes.
And knowing that you cannot push the rewind button because it's so bad back there. The bottom, the negativity, it is full. When you get to the top, it's not crowded. There's other like-minded people there and you're helping each other. And that's what motivates me and that's what drives me. I want to leave a legacy.
I love that
Woo!
answer.
Yeah!
Oh my God. She is on fire. Woo! This I love it. I love it. Right, that was nothing but net right there. That was a half court shot.
We're hard in the paint here today.
Yeah, 100%. But it's so relatable, man, because people tell me all the time too. It's like, Karl, you work so much. It's like, yeah, but I don't see it as working.
No.
I'm just living.
Yes.
I'm living out my purpose.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm doing what I'm meant here to
higher.
do. Yeah.
And if it kind of like you're sticking out and they don't understand it, they don't gel with it, maybe that'll motivate them a little bit more to do more, be more. Make every second count. One of my really good friends online said, Jennifer Nicole Lee, she makes every second count of her day. And I felt like that was so much better than a compliment of, oh, she's got great hair or clothes or whatever. Because it means that you are respecting your time because time is so precious. And I really think it's blasphemy and it's audacious that people say, I'll do it tomorrow, or I have tomorrow, or I'll begin next week. You might not have next week. And how dare you even think that, because all you have is today, and use today like it is your last day. And that's what really gets me excited when you look at life through those rose-colored glasses.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's so true. It's true. People waste their own time.
They do. They do. And they have all these excuses.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I'll use this as the last question. But so a lot of people might look at this, right? They might watch this video on YouTube or listen to the podcast and say, wow, it's so easy for her to do everything she's talking about because look at her. She's amazing, right? And statistically, only 3% of the population has actually been like born and raised with like fostered in a sense of like positive self-esteem, developing a real healthy self-image, right? And these are the people that go off and create enormous successes, right? But then you have the other 97% of the population, which maybe they were brought up in tough households. They didn't have the good self-esteem early on, right? And they think it's impossible for them. Okay. So what are things, and studies and statistics and history has shown that people that have not started off as a natural born leader, have not started off with a silver spoon in their mouth, have not started off with riches or wealth and all of that, obviously you're an example, have found ways to rise themselves up to higher levels of success within society and create something huge, right? So what would you say to the person that says, well, I'm part of that 97 or 95% that had it really tough, I never really believed in myself. What are things that person can do to slowly, like 1 or 2 tips that they can do to really just grow themselves and emerge into a strong, powerful, beautiful woman inside and out?
I love that question. And I want to say this is that I could have cried victim so many times, and I'm not even going to start right now handing out any invitations to my pity party. Like I aforementioned, lived on the poverty level, raised on food stamps, was that one girl that had the free lunches. I rode the big yellow bus even when I was a senior. I was made fun of. I was never cool. I never fit in. My dad was never around. He liked to drink a lot. He cheated on my mom. I could go on and on and on. I saw a lot of ugly things very early on. So I, for one reason, shouldn't be up here being successful. Success is a choice. Stop playing victim. Everyone has had a hard time. And you know what? It is probably the greatest gift I've ever had, because when you have adversity and you have all of the odds against you, and you are sick and tired, being sick and tired, and being labeled a certain way, and being shoved away, and being rejected, it gives you this internal burning desire, this fire that no amount of water can extinguish. No amount of no's can tell you no, because it like evokes like this animalistic spirit inside of you, almost like a tiger, where you're like, eye of the tiger, get out of my way, somebody's gonna get hurt, I will find a way. So things that you can start today, get around like-minded people.
Yes.
Come to Karl's wonderful, amazing program where you're meeting people, you're networking with the power players that can give you a platform to expose yourself to the right information. Information is powerful. It's like a sword. It's like a hammer. It can break through those walls that you're dealing with. So get around with great people, go to the events, submerge yourself in personal and professional development. I remain in it, and I'm not bragging. I wanted to say something. I could easily retire and walk away from this. And I don't need to do this, but I want to do this because why? If I can help someone out there that was in a similar situation that I was, then my work is not done. And that's a passion thing. So you need to get out there. Expose yourself. There's so much great content out there. So, and also set personal goals. You know what? God will move mountains. But let me tell you what, God handed me a shovel and he said, get shoveling, Jennifer, do it. I was like, okay, God, let's do it. You got to do it yourself, okay? God is not going to just do it for you. So faith without works is dead. So get moving, get grooving, take positive action today, set some goals and get serious. Make a deadline for yourself. Be like, okay, by this amount of time, I will have achieved this. Goal setting, get to the workshops, get to the seminars, and network with like-minded people like Karl. And I'm always here to help and serve you guys.
Wow. I love it. Another powerful answer from JNL. You guys, oh my God. You guys are going to love it when you come check her out live and in person. It's going to be amazing. So that concludes our interview. Jennifer, JNL, JNL, Jennifer, Jen, whichever one you go by.
All of it.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know that you're busy, you're helping people, you're empowering others, and taking the time to really just speak and share some of those things with our audience was extremely powerful. So definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity, and I'll see you guys soon on September the 12th.
Woo! Love it.